all operators on countdown 1. Flight directors go for launch. Stage separation. Booster landing burn startup. Starship is transferring. Booster has landed.
Hello and good morning. You're looking at a live view of Posideon Heavy, awaiting its 8th flight from the Kennedy Space Center at LC-39A. I'm one of your hosts, ATS-33, and thank you for tuning in. The Space Systems teams have worked hard to get here today. They have put in long hours to build Posideon Heavy where it is today. And now here we are, at its 8th flight test, with its first just over a year ago in May of 2024. Space Systems have put in a lot of effort to build Poseidon where it is today. After several grueling test flights that have uncovered secrets to the design of how we can make Posideon Heavy the best vehicle it is. And now here we are today, on its 8th flight test. This has been quite a long journey for us at Space Systems. We have spent time trying to perfect Posideon Heavy to where it is today. And now here we are. It's 8th flight test. Ready to embark its 3rd mission for CASA in the past year. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy this stream. Over to you, Blue.
Oh yes, everything's doing great over here. We are just getting excited for today's launch of Posideon Heavy Flight 8. In here we'll embark on our flight test, and here we will so I'll give you a bit of a run through of what's supposed to happen. We will have the rocket launch from the pad. If everything goes well, I will pass through max Q. Then the boosters, those side cores that you'd see on your screen. ATS, move back to the screen, please. And then what you'd see is like the boosters will separate, the side core boosters. Then the main booster in the center will send the whole payload on its way to orbit, along with the vacuum engine stage that'll separate from the booster. And then I think we'll pretty much be going down for a soft splashdown and touchdown. With that, right, we'll deploy the payload for a test, and then we will basically be in a, well, where we need to be. Over to you two, ATS.
Thank you. Alright, Blue. So currently we are at T-minus 5 minutes away from Posideon Heavy's 8th flight. Even though we don't have our usual UI due to a slight hiccup with the launch preps, we are still going to try to do our best to share all the information to you as it comes in. So currently, we're here at the Kennedy Space Center, awaiting its next mission from 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 the Kennedy Space Center. Today we're launching mission for CASA, and here we are, Poseidon Heavy. It's Space System's largest and most powerful rocket built so far to date by Space Systems. It represents a culmination of years and years of a year or so of developing technologies, understanding the vehicles, trying to work out how things work. It's very hard. It's very hard to make a launch vehicle, but we have built a really good launch vehicles. It is usually very reliable, and it's only had a few incidents. What consists of this incredibly reliable launch vehicle? What makes it so reliable? So, here we have the three main big cores of the vehicle. These provide most of the thrust at liftoff. No, these provide all the thrusts, and that they are all supposed to be able to be reused. Although today we will be reusing all of them, including the center core. This will be hard with the center core because the center core is traveling downrange a lot faster than all of the other vehicles. So we are ready for launch at this time.
Yeah, and what you're seeing right here is a really large vehicle sitting on the pad right here.
Strong back retract.
Those three long boosters will power our vehicle, or our payload, sorry, all the way to a orbit, I'm pretty sure. With that, the center side cores, sorry, will shut their engines down and separate and flip back down for a landing at the CASA. And then with that, right, we'll see the center core make its way after separation from the vacuum upper stage back down to the landing pads and zones. With that, we'll see a fairing separation. This is normal. The fairing is that large, big thing on the top part of the rocket. Once that's separated, that will reveal the rocket from the rocket's payload from the massive fairing. And then once that's done, we will basically be all good for today's mission. Over to you, ATS.
Thank you, Blue. So currently, we are at L minus 2 minutes away from liftoff. And we are waiting to see if my KSP won't crash. But anyways, so currently we're at 2 minutes away from launch. As we can see here, we've got a map view of Kerbin. But not really Kerbin, that is the Earth. This is a KSP1 good soul. Anyways, so currently we're at T minus 2 minutes and are waiting to see if my KSP won't crash. Over to you, Blue.
Hopefully hopefully his install doesn't crash. But what you're seeing right here is a good picture of Kerbin, with a bunch of orbits around. This is actually what we have launched in our past missions. And back to Poseidon Heavy.
There we are.
Over here we can see some beautiful decals, some beautiful artwork on the side of the rocket. I can see. You
1
wanna
minute.
Explain that to us, ATS.
So all of these decals. So you got the CASA logos with the Space Systems logos, and then in the middle, in the center core, you got the Poseidon Heavy logo. These denote what the vehicle is. This is a Poseidon Heavy launch vehicle. All of these stages are in their first flight. So we're currently 30 seconds away. We're currently a minute away from launch. we're about to do our go no go poll for launch, and let's see if we'll see Poseidon Heavy roll off the pad today. Attention all flight crew members, this is the final go no go poll for flight 8 of Poseidon Heavy. Stage 1.
Go.
Side course.
Go.
Second stage.
Go.
Payload.
Healthy and go.
Curl and vacuum.
Good. Go.
Curl and side course.
Go.
Curl and center course.
Go.
Ground systems.
Go and green.
At this time, I've heard all of the controllers are go for launch. At this time, LD is go for launch. T-minus 40 seconds and counting.
So yeah, everything looks really good actually over here. You can see some buildings in the background. Those are used to build and basically stack and build the whole Poseidon Heavy launch vehicle for today's mission. So hopefully when the boosters do come back on a return, they will get a little blackened from the burn marks of re-entry, or atmospheric entry, sorry. And this is when the boosters, they'll
Minus 30
throw the little
seconds.
grid fins on the top.
30
There's little
seconds.
grid fins on the top of the side cores and the center core. Those will basically guide it back down to the launch pad, launch site. Sorry, landing site. Yeah. So over
20
here,
seconds away.
we can see you can see all
15.
the launch towers.
Nobody speak.
I'll just be quiet.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
Alright, we've got green on the launch. Cleared the tower successfully. Almost. Okay, we've cleared the tower. This is our roll program for Poseidon Heavy. And the vehicle will rotate, so it makes ascent easier for the stress on the vehicle. Just getting some good camera shots around here. Still maintaining some good communication with all the payloads. All the payloads are looking green and healthy.
Vehicles
So
pitching downrange.
good call out there, showing us that the vehicle's now pitching downrange, meaning it is slightly turning to begin the gravity turn. This is how most rockets often get to orbit. You can see some great views of the launch pads and landing sites.
Three kilometers altitude. Everything looking good currently. Streams are streaming.
And it appears that
give me a
the
minute.
vehicle has passed. Oh,
Continue. continue to look nominal this time.
Yeah, we appear that the engine exhausts right there are starting to expand. This is because the lack of air pushing against the engine exhaust, so it's basically expanding outward.
Because there's no
I would
oxygen
just
in space to support combustion, we'll have to bring our own.
Exactly, that's why we brought oxidized tanks on the lower side of the, or should I say the aft section of the tanks of the side cores and middle core and basically whole rocket. So basically in space there's no oxygen, so we don't know how to burn it
300
properly,
kilometers
so we're
in
bringing our
300
own
meters
one.
per second. Velocity looking
And that
nominal.
means we just passed through max Q right there. It's maximum aerodynamic stress, the most stress the vehicle's gonna see uprange.
Yeah, everything looking nominal this time.
Yeah, I like to say a big shout out to the avionics team on Poseidon Heavy, and of course Space Systems. They've been helping to manufacture our payloads for today's mission, and we're just getting some great more views from cameras on board and outboard. There you got some onboard view right here showing the top side of the side core boosters right there. And here's a view of the vacuum engine that should be firing in space. Fun fact about this engine, it actually has a larger nozzle than most of the engines on board, because there's no like, the pressure's a lot different in space than on Earth. So we have to use a larger bell so that it supports the space firing.
Coming up on main engine cutoff.
Great call outs there. We're just beginning for main engine cutoff, so when the engines will shut down, and it'll separate the side cores. Side cores basically will basically no longer, like, they're just dead weight now, so we have to drop them off. And we'll see what happens next.
Main engine's cut off.
Well then, here we go.
Side separation confirmed.
Great news right there, side separation has happened, which means the side coils right there that just got dropped off are heading on their way back for a landing, while we still focus on the center core. This will be sending us all the way to our correct speed. Just look at those amazing, incredible views right there of the booster and the upper stage.
Alright, currently 2 minutes into flight. Everything continue to look nominal at this time.
So everything looks great at this point. The next major activity will be engine cutoff, or most of the code, or main engine cutoff for the center core, and then the stage separation, dropping the center core away, and then we are back.
Probably be done with this by 6 o'clock, honestly. If I'm being realistic.
And then we'll basically light up the vacuum engine, and now send our way to space, or on its way to orbit. So I think that should be really fun. I hope it does work. We're just tracking a good trajectory on ahead of time.
Shortly we'll have most entrance cut off. In a couple of minutes we'll have most entrance cut off when we get to when the first aid gets to out to shoot when we get out of the turbos, the atmosphere. Everything's going to look nominal at this time. We're about to come up on Miko 1. Miko. And we haven't had cut off yet.
So yeah, we'll have Miko, which is, well, main engine cut off, shutting down all the engines over here on the center core. So then once all the engines are done, we'll separate, then the center core will head on its way back to the landing zone, while the upper stage with the vacuum engine will light up and send our payload on our way to space.
Miko.
So it should be quite fun to see how this goes. And look at that, we just got main engine cut off. And so we gotta say separation. And here we go, we have ignition of the vacuum engine. And then we have fairing deployment, which is those big fairing halves on the top of the vehicle. Right there. There's a bit of heat we can see on the vehicle, but we're just coming a bit of a steeper approach, but this is how most rockets do it. So we're just maintaining these amazing shots of the engine and some of the payload today. ATS, would you like to explain the payload for today's mission?
Today's payload is a payload for CASA, the Kerbal Aeronautics and Space Administration. This is a demo for a Mars sat, which we'll send to, Mars soon.
Yeah. It should be somewhat very exciting to see. So it looks like the vacuum engine is performing nicely. This is actually our one of our like first ever like these engines are like the best. Like they are so reliable.
And Seiko.
So that is second engine cut off right there. That just happened on Seiko. And once that's done, we will wait around. We'll coast a bit, and then we should be doing another light on the engine again to get ourselves into a orbit, and then we'll head our way to Mars.
Okay, we'll have a bit of a coast phase for the next 10 minutes, and we'll see you back in a minute. ignition startup too. And Seco too. And we'll be coming up on payload deployment in just after. We'll do a quick burn in a minute. And we're about to begin our burn to our payload deployment attitude. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7,
Deployment
6,
is go.
5, 4, ignition.
We have another relight.
Come up and Seco intersect. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Expect
One.
shutdown.
nominal Seco. And we're moving into our payload deployment attitude. And we're coming up on payload deployment now.
Alright, that sounds good. We will deploy the payload.
Payload deployment confirmed.
The payload is free.
There you go, payload deployment confirmed.
Are we doing booster landing?
Yep, side cores first, then center core after that. And then I might have a quick break to try and fix my OBS. Might have to slightly push
Right.
spaceship like an hour, like half an hour or so, depending on things. speed right now. Oh gosh, darn it. There we go. State separation confirmed.
See, these are side calls that are going to be coming back towards the landing zone and will attempt a soft landing on the landing pads.
Boost back burn shut down. Let's go.
That just means boost backbone shutdown means the engines of the booster will shut down, and then this will basically mean the booster is basically free falling towards Earth.
There we go. Here we go.
You can see the boosters slowly rotate. This is gonna get fundamental real fast.
I'm just trying to keep them close so they don't get too far apart. I don't have physics range. Of course I don't. I don't have any mods at the moment. Oh well. This will be interesting. If I were to slightly the other way. And we're coming in warm for booster landing. Don't want to hit
Well,
FPS
you can
button.
see the booster violently moving, and it looks like we have lost one of the boosters.
Looks like we've lost the
Well,
booster.
we still can make.
We still have one, but we lost the other one.
Unfortunately, but that means we're going to be landing 2 boosters today, not 3. See those Griffins casually rotating and moving to guide the booster through the phase of entry.
That was weird, I had 2 Griffins and 1 booster. Let's give him that.
See how fast the booster's going right there on the information on. And wow, we can see it coming through the clouds. It is coming in really hot.
There we go, we can see it as it comes in.
Oh, we can see it coming down through the plume.
Booster coming in hot for booster landing. Then it start.
Oh, we still have fire.
burn off most of the speed.
Yeah, so we just have to bleed off all the speed, and then it'll start hovering above the ocean, it appears. And it's hovering above the ocean site,
Splashdown.
splashdown site, and whoa, it's actually landed, or actually say splashdown in the ocean.
And there it is tipping over into the water. And now we can cut over to the center core.
So next we're going to recover is the center core of the booster, and we'll fly right down with the booster and continue the same as what we just did just then.
It's going to be a lot faster and a lot hotter.
A lot more chaotic actually, and a lot more exciting, don't you think?
Yeah? Very much so.
It'll be becoming very hot.
Now we're just waiting for it, the KSP to decide to load again.
Yeah, I can't wait for this to go through to my microphone here at the launch site.
It's going to be loud. No, actually, it's not
It's gonna
returning
be
to the
real
launch site.
loud.
Actually, it's not returning to the launch site. It's going downrange. To Africa. Staying in Africa.
Actually no, we'll hear the sonic boom from over here.
There you go. Used did a slight boost extension burn. Never heard anybody say that before, but yeah. It's essentially what it is. It makes sure we land in Africa.
To make sure we will land in Africa.
Kenya, what? Yeah, just land in Africa. go. We're about to do our move to 1, 4, 5.
So his gas thrusters slowly moving back to guide the booster around as well.
Here we go.
So these gas thrusters are cold gas thrusters.
As we guide ourselves around. It's only another 2 minutes until we get to our stage 1 entry. As currently right now we're coming up on stage 1 re-entry. Let's just set ourselves. Can we see the booster? I think we can. There's the booster!
Oh,
Got
there it is.
incredible views of the booster.
Coming in pretty fast and pretty hot right there.
Let's give it a minute. KSP likes to stutter a bit at 80 kilometers. Won't take long, don't worry. I hope it won't take long. People just staring at the stuttering screen. How many people are watching, I wonder?
45 on Twitter.
Yeah. There you go, getting some re-entry heat. KSP, please don't. You're really driving up the wall today.
You can see booster now slowly coming in hot. Squid fins are showing the plasma right there.
Yeah, it's just a bit laggy when it's like that. And let's give it a minute. KSP really is driving us up the wall at the moment, isn't it?
Exactly.
This is insane.
Still maintaining
Pardon?
good views right here. Really see all that plasma wrapping around the front and then the top part of the booster with the good fins are.
We're coming up an entry burn startup. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, ignition, entry burn, start up.
See the engines relight again.
And there we go, shutdown of entry burn 1. This allows us to survive the initial part of re-entry. We'll do another one at 20 kilometers to slow us down even more so we survive the rest of re-entry. And entry burn 2 start up. This one's slowing us down to 1,000 meters per second. We need all engines in this re-entry burn because we're coming in way hot.
All night.
Coming in very hot. Shutdown. There we go, entry burn 2 shutdown. There'll be a third re-entry burn to slow us down to under 400 meters per second when we need to.
So that plasma's now gone actually, so that's good. It's still a bit, but it's not as destructive as before. ATS casually just singing right there. As Boost is casually descending. Nice and normal.
Entry burn start up.
We have ignition.
As the booster flies through its own exhaust balloon. Entry burn shutdown. Boost is continuing to descend into a bank cloud.
I'm guessing that's Star Wars.
What?
I'm guessing that humming is Star Wars.
Yeah.
Alright.
As soon as I saw the plasma, I was thinking about the re-entry scene from Star Wars. I'll probably put that on the background of spaceship. Oh yeah, speaking of spaceship, after Posideon Heavy we have our next mission, which will be the first ever flight of spaceship. Our new launch vehicle. designed to be fully and
Hopefully-
rapidly reusable.
Hopefully all goes well.
Oh yeah, it's
Trying
going
to
to
create any
orbit.
new
It's doing
law.
everything in this first flight.
Don't want to create any law, otherwise that wouldn't be good.
There it is. Poseidon Heavy.
There's the
Coming in
coming in
hot for landing in Africa.
You can see
Landing
the
man
trees
starter.
below.
I love watching Brewster slam on the brakes.
But yeah, it's really funny. And we're just now coming down for the landing.
In Africa.
Should expect landing legs to deploy any minute. Actually, no, any second. The Poseidon Heavy center core booster coming in hot. See speed slowly dropping down.
Landing man shutdown.
Confirmed, we have landed. Welcome back to Earth.
Thank you guys for tuning into Poseidon Heavy's 8th flight test. We apologise for some of the inconvenience with the live footage. That was mostly due to me not properly checking the stream was going to work today. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. I'm ATS33 signing off.
Alright, see you guys, Blue Aerospace signing off.